Hello and welcome to DM Supplementals, where I, the DM, will look over a couple of different supplementals that are available from the DM's Guild. Today, we are going to be taking a look at Darkhold Secrets of the Zhentarim. Okay, so to get started with Darkhold Secrets of the Zhentarim, its lead designers are Justice Armin, MT Black, and Anthony Joyce. You might recognize a few of those names from a couple of other projects on the DM's Guild, such as The Fall of El Terrell or Elminster's Candlekeep Companion, and the Heir of Orcus Versus series. Currently, it's $14.95 on dmsguild.com. It is 5 stars with a few reviews at this point, and it is a gold bestseller as of the last time I checked, which was actually this morning. It is 112 pages, full color illustration, and it is a book entirely about the Zhentarim, how to run the Zhentarim, different characters in there, different character options, and we're gonna go through all of them, including some lore tidbits left behind by Ed Greenwood, the brainchild behind the Forgotten Realms. So let's get started with what's in this book. Now, first off, as you can see from just the cover, it is absolutely beautiful. This guy right here is Paragost. Paragost? Not sure how you pronounce it. Paragost, I would assume, who is, in this book, the current leader of the Zhentarim. We'll scroll through here. One of the best things I think any PDF needs is this little chapter of bookmarks that you can click through to get quickly through places. Chapter 1 is all about character options. They explore how to set up criminal contacts, especially when it comes to the criminal background. You start with a criminal contact, and this helps kind of codify that, which I'm always a fan of. Especially, it has these things like the roll a d8 to see what your contact is specialized in, and I think that's a lot of fun. Randomness in D&D is always appreciated in my view. Just look at that art. And then, of course, there is this large section all about the different subclasses that are available. I'm not going to go through all of them, but I will talk a little bit about my favorite one out of this. There is a cleric subclass, a rogue subclass, and a sorcerer subclass, and we're going to talk a little bit about the rogue subclass, which is spell thief. Basically, the whole concept behind this subclass is that you are so good at stealing that you can steal the magical essences out of somebody and take it for your own. And what this translates to is you are literally stealing spells from a enemy spellcaster and then casting it. As you can see with this third level spell thief feature, steal spell. I'm not going to go through the entire subclass, otherwise we will be here all night, and I'm not gonna do that to you guys. There is one feat in here, and that is Sky Mage, where Sky Mages train relentlessly with a variety of flying mounts. It basically makes you better at casting spells while flying on a mount, similar to some of the mounts that are available to the Zhentarim further down. Now, the second chapter is all about the history of the Zhentarim, where it began, who began it, including Manchun and his best friend, who I cannot remember his name right now for some reason. Fazul, there we go. He's not really a best friend, but he's a childhood friend. It goes through everything. the Manchun Wars, the Game of Clones, everything, including explaining where a lot of different Manchuns are today. We're going to go through here. It also talks about the hierarchy of the Zhentarim, including who is leading it today and who is up in the hierarchy of who's leading it today, including a Paragost and a few others. This section contains a lot of different things, including how to run different jobs or faction missions, but it also contains one of my favorite portions of this book, which is the entire section on Thieves' Cant. Now, I'm not gonna show you everything just because I want you to get this book. This is a book worth getting, but just to give you a preview of what these sample conversations are like, you have this whole situation right here, and I've used this in my game. It's pretty wonderful being able to have a conversation with your rogue player, and the rest of the party, they know something is up, but they have no idea that he's getting a mission or if he's getting rewarded. He's getting a message and they don't know what it is. And without having me get up and have to whisper to them or go into a secret channel nowadays in Discord. I really think Wizard of the Coast dropped the ball when it came to designing Thieves' Cant. It's just this special language that rogues know, and they don't really expand on it at all. And I'm really glad this book gave me a codified version of that because it's exceptionally well done. Just exceptional. Now, this third chapter is basically it's like a setting chapter talking about the veil that surrounds I really hope that didn't minimize, but it might have. Talking about the area around the titular Darkhold, Sunset Vale. Talking about all the different factions that are in play, the different towns and hamlets that are nearby, their population distribution, and quest hooks. And then, of course, there is the entire section on Darkhold Castle, which is the current seat of the Zhentarim. And this whole next chapter is about the history of Darkhold, describing the town that surrounds Darkhold, such as Darkhold Vale, different operations that are run through this area, and it'll give you information on what you would expect to find here. The personnel, as you can see, it is all edited similar to an actual Wizards of the Coast release book, where all the monsters or NPCs you might find in the monster manual or other books are highlighted in bold. And they will also link you to other sections, such as right here, Velia the All-Sight, see Chapter 7, which we are getting to. And then a full description of the personnel of the castle itself. Full features, different rooms, all the different things. If you were to sneak into the Zhentarim hideout and break into the vault somehow, it gives you a full list of what you expect to find there. Obviously, as a DM, you might want to change things up a bit, but honestly, these are really great items to find, and a lot of them are items that are original to this book. Chapter 5 is all about evil characters and evil campaigns, and it first starts off with an entire section about consent and safety at the table, which is, in my opinion, wonderful to have, because a lot of people want to play the evil character, but they don't talk to their party, they don't talk to the DM, they just kind of act like a dick, and it's not a lot of fun for for people playing that campaign. So if you're gonna play an evil character, you're gonna want to talk to your DM. You're gonna want to make sure that the players you're with are okay with that. Then it goes into how to play an evil character without just becoming an absolute douchebag. Let's be real here. Most of the time when you think evil character, you think of the rogue who in the middle of the night steals everything from the party, or the guy who just wants to PvP. This will give you a good idea of how to play an evil character while still getting along with a good aligned party, or still accomplishing goals in a campaign that is more based around being a good party. And it even gives you ideas on why you would cooperate with others. Then, of course, it gives an entire section for DMs about running an evil campaign and what that exactly means, and a few examples of how to do that in the different campaigns that are available from Wizards of the Coast, such as Descent to Avernus, Out of the Abyss, Tomb of Annihilation, and the Tyranny of Dragons series. There's also Dragon Heist here too. And then, of course, a lot of different ways on how to keep the group cohesive, because if they're all working on selfish goals, it can be a little difficult to understand why a party would be working together. Chapter 6 is all about spells and magic items. This book is chock full of pretty interesting spells, in my opinion, as well as magic items. My personal favorite magic item, and it's not even that special in comparison to some of these other ones, is the Body Bag of Holding. It is a wondrous item, it is uncommon, and it is basically a little tiny like plastic bag that stretches out and becomes a body bag, and you put a dead body in it, and then it shrinks down to like a pill and then deteriorates. And so basically you can kill someone, shove it into a pill, and then a couple hours later the dead body will reappear again, but hopefully you'll be in a better place to dispose of the body. It's perfect for those rogue characters who want to commit an assassin but not have a body left behind. Then a little further down, we've got the magic oh, I could just click this button. Is the spells. It comes with a full list of which classes can use them, and it is updated to include the Artificer class. So there are a few spells that the Artificer can learn located in this book. I've already actually added one of these spells to my game. I don't have a lot of spellcasters in my Friday game, at least, so I might not be able to use them a lot, but I did give Manshoon's Mage Hand as a Zhentarim specific gift to the rogue in my party, and I did that in the last session. And I'll just read that description right now because it is a good spell. It's a lot of fun. It's called Manshoon's Mage Hand. It is a conjuration cantrip, 30 feet, components verbal, somatic, lasts 1 round, and it is a force choke. You throw out a spectral hand. It doesn't do a ton of damage. I think it's a D4 of psychic damage, but with this spectral hand, you can basically choke out a character or a monster and hold it in place, which is pretty cool. Lets the party get into strategic locations around it. It's very good for that. My rogue character, Immoral, he is exceptionally happy to have this and is looking forward to using it in battle soon. And then we come to, let's see if there's a fun, Virala's Gruesome Flensing. It's a 7th level transmutation spell of a casting time of 1 action, range of 30 feet. It's got verbal, somatic, and material, which is an onion. and is, well, I've never seen this before, a concentration of up to 4 rounds. Never seen a concentration spell so specific like that. It's typically like a minute to 10 minutes to an hour, but 4 rounds is not something I normally see. Oh my, you magically peel the flesh off a creature like an onion. Oh my, I was not expecting that. So you cast the spell, and then you, as a bonus action on your subsequent turns, they make a Constitution saving throw, and they take 3d10 slashing, and its charisma score is reduced. Oh, because you're ripping off it. Wow, this is a I mean, it's in the spell name. It is a gruesome flensing. Jesus. Now, a lot of these are named for higher-ups in the Zhentarim, like Manshoon or Varala, and you're wondering, well, what am I gonna do? I know who these people are? You learn a little bit about them earlier, including different secrets. I'm not gonna give any of them away because they are pretty good. But Chapter 7 is all about them. Fazul, the Paraghost, Manshoon, Ashemi. These are all with full stat blocks, including their stat blocks include spells that are included in this book, as well as a little bit of information on role-playing them. Full stat blocks for Fazul. It's a pretty long one too. Ooh, Reversal of Judgment, twice a day reaction. If a creature attacks Fazul, rolls a critical hit, Fazul can consider it a normal hit. And so he absorbs the critical hit, and then when he hits with his Scepter of the Tyrant's Eye, it's automatically a critical hit. That's crazy. There's a lot of fun mechanics like that in all of these different stat blocks, but my favorite has to be, not Manshoon, is the Paraghost, because the Paraghost, not only is he 1 stat block, he's 5. So this is his full stat block right here, just for Paraghost, including mythic actions, which recently came out from the Theros book. But he also has these different spirits inside of him that do different things depending on which one is active. And that is a exceptionally fun technique that I don't think I've seen in any other monster to date. Of course, I haven't, fully gone over every monster in all the source books, but it's a lot of fun to look at. I will say that. And so this is the Zhentarim dossier, and then these are more stat blocks for NPC type characters, people you would hide, maybe like hire. I mean, like an alley blade, or these are the drakes that the sky mages of Darkhold ride, the foul wings. Again, the art in this book is amazing, and if you hover over them in whatever PDF reader you are using, it has a description of the picture that is a lot more detailed than one would expect from a picture in a PDF. Like this one says, a Zhentarim merc sharpens his axe as a trio of mounted soldiers approach him in the forest. Some small game is roasting over the flames of the campfire in front of him. A lot of fun. And then the very end of this book are different traits that you can give any NPC stat block to give them the appearance of a Zhentarim agent. Whether you want them to be super sneaky and infiltrate, or deft of hand and thieving, you can add these small little traits to any creature and make them the perfect Zhent assassin. That is what is in the book. My favorite part is easily the Thieves' Cant. It's not like the lore in the book is bad. In fact, it's exceptionally well done. well written and looked over by Ed Greenwood. So in my book, that's a plus. But if you got rid of all that, all the spells, everything, this book would be, in my mind, worth it just for the Thieves' Cant. Because it's very in-depth, and it gives me ways to interact with my rogue players that I've never had a chance to do before. It's a lot of fun. Now, normally, I would say what my least favorite part of the book would be in this part, but honestly, I can't think of any. The art is fantastic. The layout is really well done and easy to follow. There are even, it's formatted correctly. You have bookmarks so you can jump to different sections of the PDF while you are in game. It's really well made, and you can tell that it's well made just by looking at it. My overall impression of this is a fantastic resource for DMs. If you have a rogue party member, or if you have someone just interested in joining the Zhentarim, maybe you're playing in Lost Mines of Phandelver and you want to take up Halia Thornton on her offer. This book really has a lot to give you to make your players enjoy things even more than they already are. For the small price of $14.95. It's fantastic. I gave it a 5-star review, in fact. And I think that pretty much covers it. This will be a continuing series. I will pick different DM's Guild products that I have purchased over time. I also have real books that I will cover as well. I'm not sure how I'll be able to do that, considering they're not PDFs, but I'll figure something out. I have a few in real life books that I picked up from Barnes & Noble or Books A Million that are D&D related and are fantastic resources. But until next time, I am DM Ian, and this has been DM Supplementals. See you next time.